So I think you have to write these things down, Kaz. So whenever you make like a grammar mistake, you need to like make like a Quizlet thing, or at least notes that gives like what you made a mistake on. Say if say you didn't use the correctly, or you didn't use you need to write down the reasoning as to why, because you're making these same mistakes all the time, even though we've
Mm,
corrected you on them.
over and over
Yeah.
and over.
That's one way to, yeah. That's one
Is,
method.
isn't this is the most difficult thing to improve?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, come on. So the you need like a definition. Explain when to use the. Like Google it or ask ChatGPT, and then put like like and then add like the definition like this.
The definition.
The
Okay.
definition.
So how do we use the? Don't think about it because you don't know. Go
when
look it up.
when you want to specify the stuff.
No, go look it up because you don't use it correctly. So you clearly don't understand it correctly.
強調ってなんて言うんだろう specifying contrast.
強調
ね。
強調。
There's six. There's 6 general rules. And there's 4 special cases.
Using the in English involves understanding its function as a definite article. Here are the primary rules and guidelines for using the. General rules for using the. 1. Specific or known entities. Use the when referring to specific or known entities that both the speaker and the listener are familiar with. Example, the book on the table is mine. 2. Unique objects. Use the for unique objects or things that are one of a kind. Example, the sun is shining. 3. Superlatives and ordinals. Use the with superlative adjectives and ordinal numbers. Example, she is the best student in the class. Example, he was the first person to arrive. 4. Previously mentioned nouns. Use the when referring to a noun that has already been mentioned. Example, I saw a cat. The cat was black. 5. Specific groups or classes. Use the to refer to specific groups or classes. Example, the elderly need special care. 6. Geographical names. Use the with certain geographical names, such as oceans, rivers, mountain ranges, deserts, and certain countries or regions. Example, the Pacific Ocean, the Amazon River, the Rocky Mountains, the Sahara Desert, the Netherlands. When not to use the. 1. General
Alright,
or unspecific
so
entities.
here's a
Do not use
YouTube
the when
video
referring to something in a general
explaining
sense.
the.
Example, books are important for learning.
Sure.
Not, the books are important
you.
for learning unless referring to specific books. 2. Proper nouns. Do not use the with most proper nouns, such as names of people, cities, and most countries. Example, Paris is beautiful, not the Paris is beautiful. 3. Languages and academic subjects. Do not use the before names of languages and
Fairly long
subjects.
video.
Example, he is studying English, not he is studying the English. 4. Sports and activities. Do not use the before names of sports and activities.
Right now,
Example,
ChatGPT
she plays
explaining
soccer, not she plays the soccer.
how
Special
to use
cases.
the
1. Plural nouns. Use the when referring to a specific group of something in plural. Example, the apples on the counter are ripe. 2. Nationalities and ethnic groups. Use the with nationalities and
I think
ethnic groups
that
when referring to the whole
explanation is a little
group.
complicated
Example,
on
the French are
ChatGPT.
known for their cuisine. 3. Institutions and
Because-
organizations.
because
Use the with names of
the video
institutions and organizations.
you said.
Example,
So the basically, like I said before, acts like a pointer word is what it is. That's what I was telling you before. English is sort of like a root language. We're always like pointing at things like that, those. So the when you speak of like an object or a place, you end up using like the because you're basically it's almost like if you like you were pointing at it. I know eventually we started using writing, but it's something that like went from verbal to writing. So we were like pointing at stuff like the books or the train. You get it? It's a pointer word.
Which is two or more person know what the person
I don't know if they
mentioned
have to
it.
both know about it. Like I said, it's evolved over the years where we just sort of use it as a pointer word. I don't think you have to know what book I'm actually talking about. I could say the book, but then you would ask me like, oh, what book do you mean? But if you actually knew about the book, you'd be like, oh, that book. Okay,
Is
that makes
it?
sense.
So it's not necessary that two person
It's
must
not.
know
No,
which book
if
you're
they don't
talking
know, they'll
about.
ask you. Yeah, so like it's just sort of like think of it like a general use. Like if I say the castle, in story writing, I don't have to say specifically which castle. I say the castle.
I
If I
see.
mentioned it before, then you know which castle I'm talking about.
The bottle, the water, the train,
Right.
the phone. In Japan, we don't have
Right, pause it.
such.
Pause it real quick. So the issue you had is you would say, I go to shop. And you basically didn't use a pointer word. You didn't point to it at all. So that was the issue. You say like I go to shop instead of
It's off.
What type
the
of word
shop.
is shop?
What type of shop? I'm going to supermarket or the supermarket.
What type of word is supermarket?
Eh?
名詞でしょ?
Supermarket is noun.
Shop is
Like
noun.
if you were to group a
Son
bunch
is
of
noun.
locations, what was another word you would call it? It starts with the letter P.
Locations?
Yeah, if you group a bunch of locations or landmarks, what would you call them? They starts with the letter P.
Park?
No, they're not parks.
The park?
No. Kaz. Okay, so let's say supermarket plus a construction store. These are,
Buildings.
but it starts with the letter P.
Oh, P.
Oh. E. E.
There is
E.
a blank you want to visit. There's a blank that you would want to visit.
Place.
There you go.
The place?
Yeah. So those are called places.
Yeah.
All right, continue Sensation Black since you were mentioning it.
Well, shop is a noun. Supermarket is a noun. Place is a noun.
So every important noun, you need THE.
A noun is known, is a known quantity. You couldn't explain something without a noun. So the cat, the dog, the shop, the car.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The pain in the ass.
Why in Japan we don't have why we don't have such system in Japan?
You do.
No, we don't.
Like I was trying to explain to you before, it's almost like an honorific in a way. Like Oshiro, the castle.
No, well, to be honest, that's not
very different.
that's wrong. Why we put the O
Wrong?
before castle? It means just honorifics. It's more polite. That's it. There's no indications or such. Well, there's no same meanings as THE in English language.
It's not a counter.
Yeah, it's not a counter. It's not an honorific. I was saying it's close to something like that.
No,
That's
it's
all I'm
not
saying.
close at all. It's not close at all.
I can't explain, but
it's close because it's also polite.
but you can
have
drop
to do it.
But you can drop it constantly, so it's not.
Well, no, I don't mean Japanese. I mean in English, it's polite to say the convenience store, even though you're supposed to say the convenience store.
Without the, gonna wrong grammars in English, but in Japan you don't have to say or after the word. Oshiro
Yeah,
or
it's true. I
shiro
mean,
is
maybe it's
same
closer to using
basically.
the word son. Like, it might be close to saying Kazu-san.
San. Oh, and again, this is honorifics. It's not nothing about the. San is like Mister.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. In English, Mr. like Mr. this person that. I mean, I get what you're saying is you want like some type of grammar rule. No, I don't think there's necessarily a grammar rule in Japanese. That's quite the same. I'm not certain on that.
Here a good example. The school. How you gonna say in Japanese?
Well, to me, I might say the O school, but I don't know if you can do that.
No, you can't do that. There is no existence of o gakko.
What if it's a great library, like Alexander the Great's
the
library?
library. That library, for example, toshokan or toshokan doesn't exist. So
You can't.
o
I
will not
don't think so.
apply to every single noun in Japan.
Okay, that's fair. Like I said, it was something like it. It's not the same. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it's not same
All
at
the reason
all.
why I use that reference is because O was before. That's why I was saying it's like thought it's something used before, like the castle.
That's the
book.
relation then. But like the plane, for example, you can't put o after plane in Japan. O hikoki, nah, it's o hikoki. It doesn't exist. The oral.
Well, the thing that would be the closest, Kaz, is sort of like particles in a way. That'd be the closest thing but then in Japanese you drop the particle, so no, there is nothing close to the in Japanese.
No, that's I'm saying. Why Japan should start using the.
I mean, they might. They have nothing, Des.
The zombie.
Japan also makes the language, you know that? Mixed with Japanese. No, not Japanese. Japanese is original. Chinese, Spanish, German, Dutch, and English.
Well, Spanish has a the, which is L in la.
L, la.
Spanish
L/LA.
has a the.
It has genitive the as well. So
They should, of course. Spanish and the German are based on Latins. And Latin has THE.
does it?
I don't know.
You sure about that?
I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing.
Coigo. No, see, yeah. I don't think there is a the in Latin at all.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Then who invented THE?
Germans.
German.
Definitely. The is Old High German dar.
I still think the, when it originally started, acted like an honorific, but then it became mandatory.
I've no idea. I can't comment on that, but sounds right.
Because, like, to me, the castle sounds grand, like grandeur.
It's because the
Instead of
emphasis was on the word castle.
The castle. The castle.
Well, that's
The
understandable.
library.
That is understandable. But I can't say that is the understandable.
So what word is understandable?
Like I said, Kaz, that is mostly used with places.
The understandable so the understandable ideas, for example.
Oh shit.
All right,
yeah.
let's write notes. Let's write notes. So right with the is used with places. That should be right like 90% of the time. I don't know if there's a situation when that's not the case.
I think I figured it out actually. My English is pretty poor, but So understandable is an adjective, but idea is a noun. So you can say the idea. So what happens is you put the adjective in the middle of it, so it becomes the understandable idea. But the is attached to idea, not understandable. I know that's a little
So
overly complicated, but
can't say the understandable ideas instead of the idea. The idea, huh? Understandable.
idea is a noun.
The idea, which understandable.
Not idea. Idea.
Idea.
Idea.
The
See,
idea is
my accent again.
understandable.
Sorry.
The idea, which is understandable.
No, idea.
Idea.
Alright,
Idea.
yeah.
Idea.
Idea.
Unless he needs one of the many British accents.
Well,
Here.
idea isn't.
I'm Scottish and we hyperpronounce R.
Idea.
It's weird.
Idea.
Are you Scottish?
Idea.
Is
I've
that
been
why you
living
said
in.
my accent wasn't Scottish?
I know your accent's American.
No, when I did the Irish one that you claimed.
Oh yeah, that was definitely Irish.
People call it Scottish.
No, it's got this sort of Northern Ireland has this weird sort of hard twang to it, and sort of "Are you all right there, our man?" kind of
See,
thing.
I claimed it was Irish, and they're like, no, it's Scottish.
Idea.
Scottish is
The
very
idea, which is understandable.
right. So, but nouns, nouns can be supplemented with adjectives,
Supplement.
and so that's what you want to do.
What
So
is
the
supplement?
idea, the understandable idea.
Oh, I can say that. The understandable idea.
An adjective describes something. A noun is something. An adjective can describe an
So,
object.
a noun
is an
is a
object.
name, okay, for like a place or a thing,
Yep.
someone.
Yeah.
You want to write that down as well, Cass, because I know you're self-taught, so you might not know these basics. So, a noun equals place, name, or thing.
Noun, place, name, or
Fuck it. Do
thing.
you know what? Right, I've got an English book kicking around here somewhere. I'll go find it. Fuck it. Could I be any more northern? Yeah, I must fuck it. I'll like go through all my papers and that and see if I can.
We finally have a real accent. That's what I'm talking about.
See, that's really, really Irish.
I want to be as Irish as I can be. I'm gonna go to the pub, get me all the booze, and I'll find me a lassie, and we're gonna go home.
You sound like Northern English.
It's not to me.
I'm already ready for the UK. I've been there a while.
But fake Northern English.
They'll still like it. It doesn't matter.
But people
There we
will
go.
get mad since you speaking fake.
They won't get bad, Kaz. They just need a little bit more beer, and then they'll feel fine.
The one thing you won't get in a Northern Irish accent is the word now. Even I can't do that properly.
No.
I have no idea.
No.
It's like no.
No. What?
It's about now that I go down to the pub, if you know what I mean.
There, yeah. That wasn't bad actually. Where's our man going now? Anyway,
I continue.
go.
That sounds like
I
really old
am
medieval
going to
language.
continue watching the video.
Now, hold on, Kaz, hold on, because you still need to write down what I taught you earlier. So, what did I teach you about the? It is. I know you don't remember. So, it's a pointer language, remember? So, English is a pointing language. We use the to point out something.
We use the.
So, basically, use it to point out the place, like that, the place, the book.
Pointing something.
pointing.
That's also like why we stress things out. So, like the book, the window. It's all pointing.
It's stressed. It's stressed.
The the iPhone. The iPhone.
Yeah.
The stress should be on the.
So that's
Yeah.
also why we stress out like that. So that window, the window. So we're stressing out with the pointing word. You might as well say, you stress out the pointing word
The stress on the.
or that. So that window, the window.
So when okay, got it.
There are a
While
lot of windows, but that window is broken.
I have to put strong stress on the while speaking.
You stress out the pointer word.
I stress out porn word.
Pointer.
Stress point word. Stress out.
Pointer.
Point.
Pointer. Pointer.
Pointer.
Yeah.
Pointer.
Pointer word. And then you need to list what they are. So like the, that,
The.
there.
The.
They, that,
These are
there.
pointer words.
Hmm.
There is
Okay.
one apple.
See this.
When I baking, I often forget to. I often forget to use these word.
Yeah. These are the ones you forget all the time.
Hmm.
You forget as well. And an. So you need to write down and then you need to learn these ones as well. So and an.
A, N,
And then you also forgot
At.
at sometimes as well.
Which is
Right.
crucial.
Oh yeah.
I've got some keywords for you. You need to write these down.
Sure.
Okay, this is just a list of things you need to look up later. Okay. Subject,
Subject.
noun,
Noun.
simple sentence.
Simple sentence.
These are all separate lists.
You
Subject
should probably
1,
have commas.
noun 2. Yeah.
Subject. Noun. Simple sentence.
Simple sentence is one word.
Oh.
Object,
Object.
preposition,
Prepo. Preposition.
sorry, the things catch up. Active voice,
Active voice.
passive voice,
Oh no. Passive voice.
minor sentence,
Minus sentence.
minor,
Oh. Minor. Minor. Sentence.
minor.
OR.
Different,
Minor.
minor. Minor is a homophone, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Fragment,
Fragment.
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 Compound sentence,
Compound sentence.
COMPOU.
ND.
Clause,
Clause.
close. CLAUSE.
Clause.
So to help you out with that, he's saying clause,
Clause.
Clause.
not
Clause.
closed.
Clause. Clause.
Conjunction.
Conjunction.
Complex sentence.
Complex sentence.
Complex. Singular.
Oh. Complexed.
ED 일어나요.
일이 일어나요?
Subordinate clause.
Supported clause.
Subordinate clause.
Subordinate.
SUB.
ORD.
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 IN.
IN.
ATE. Clause.
Subordinate clause.
And lastly, relative pronoun.
Relatively pronoun.
Relative pronoun.
Relative pronoun.
Yep. It's a lot, but this is chapter 1.
So-
these are basic things you need to know.
You might want to add at like the top of that to look it up.
Yeah, you'll
So
have
you
to
remember
look
to
all this
look it
up.
up.
Okay.
He wants you to look all this up, so I'm saying you should label the top of it. Look it up.
Yeah,
Something like
this
that.
this list of things that I've told you, you will need to study.
Must study.
I mean, technically you need to study it all, but all the same, specifically, he wants you to look these all up.
It will help because this is sort of chapter 1 stuff. So once you know all that, everything will come easier.
I know
I don't think you need to
subject.
beat around the
I
bush.
know
He's
noun.
missing like
I know
certain
simple
basics.
sentence. I know object. I know preposition. Well, I often forget using preposition like on, at, in, with, such things. Interesting at, interested at, interesting in, interested in, interesting in.
Interested in is correct. Interesting in is not.
Interest in.
Interest. Yeah, interest is a noun. Interesting, I think, is an adjective.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Let's do it.
We'll finish with your the first, and then go on to each next one.
Okay, correct this. I'm going to say something wrong, and you have to correct it. Okay.
Okay.
Ronnie ate apple.
Roddy is eating an apple.
Past tense.
Ronnie ate the apple.
Ate.
Ronnie ate the apple. Or an apple.
Is that
You have to pronunciate that a little bit better. So it's 8.
8.
Ate. Ronnie ate.
Yeah.
Ronnie ate the apple.
What's happening there is the E at the end is making the A to like an A,
8.
and then plus the T, so it's 8.
Ronnie ate an apple.
Correct. Ronnie ate at table.
Ronnie was eating at the table.
Or
He wants you to just add the grammar that's missing, but use the same sentence he gave you.
yeah.
So only add one extra grammar piece, okay? What is the missing grammar of it?
Ronnie
No cheating. Ronnie ate at table.
Ronnie ate at table.
What's missing?
Ronnie isn't Ronnie was eating at the table?
No, right, yeah. There's only one thing missing. Okay, I'm only missing one thing. I'm just trying to get you to get the grammar right. So
Oh,
This is my point, though. He needs to finish studying the video because he doesn't understand yet.
Ronnie ate.
at
Ronnie ate at the table.
correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Go watch have him watch the video.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
He doesn't use the correctly again.
Okay.
Okay.
My mother is the English teacher. I am the student. When I get home from school, I watch the programs on TV. That's the best part of my day. The programs I watch are for the children. For children. I am child. I am a child. I think they're funny. I am a little excited because it's Friday. There are a lot of good shows on TV. Today one usually I watch it. It's about the animals. Also, I'm excited today because of my mother is making rice for dinner. Making rice. Making rice for dinner. Later, after eating dinner, doing my homework, I go to my room, read the book.
Here I made a
30
100
minutes.
the one sentence word problems where the and certain grammar are missing. Earl.
100. Then I turn off the light and go to the bed.
I typed 100 cards while you were gone.
Oh wow, I made so many mistakes.
Let's see. My mother is an English teacher.
Oh no, I have to answer by myself. I'll correct. My mother is an English teacher. I am a student. When I get home from, I watch programs on TV, and the programs I watch, blah blah blah. The one I usually watch, it's about animals, and read a book. Read book and read book. Turn off to bed. Go to bed. About animals. The singer performed on stage, not the stage. Why?
Interchange. It could be either or.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Scientist discovered cure. Huh.
So scientists discovered cure would be more like a headline.
Headline.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a title or something like that.
In that case, you need a after
If it's
before the
not a
cure.
title, then you would probably say something like the scientists discovered how cure. And then if you're referencing which cure, you might say, oh, the scientists discovered the cure.
Scientist. What is cure?
So a cure is like healing medicine.
Oh.
So if you have a disease and they develop something that gets rid of it, then that's called a cure.
I
It has to
see.
100% get rid of it. If it doesn't 100% get rid of it, then it's not called a cure. It's called modern medicine, because most medicine is not 100% a cure.
The gardener planted a seeds.
A seeds?
The seeds.
There's an S on that.
Oh no, it's seeds.
Yeah, it's not singular. So you do still need practice with S's. GG.
Move to next practice. This one. I'll try this one. I am going to try this one. Yes? Not
Yep.
I try this one. I am going to try this one.
Yeah, correct.
Yes. I am improving.
Good.
I improving.
No, not I'm no. Don't say I improving. I am improving.
Okay, moving to United States was most exciting thing I have ever done. Moving to the United States was the
Just to give
most
reference,
exciting.
in Japanese, I had learned this some time ago. I haven't practiced it, but so basically, it's equivalent to like me saying, Blazu-san, waku waku, or I don't know other
Don't
words for like
check the
happy and
options
sad
before
Japanese, but
answering.
like let me look up the words for happy and sad Japanese real quick.
Don't check the options before answering. Okay. Got you. What was your question?
Try
Waku
to get
waku.
it by yourself.
No, so I was trying to imply that there is such a thing in Japanese called like kid speech, where they say their name and then they'll say like an emotion or something. So they'll say like
Oh,
I don't know if I
yes.
pronounce this correctly, but
Okay.
Blazu-san uleishi.
What are you
Blaze-san
what
uleishi.
are you trying to say in English?
Blazu-san tanoshi.
In English.
So in English, it's equivalent to me saying me happy, me excited.
Okay.
Me sad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or I sad. I sad. I happy.
僕悲しい。僕嬉しい。
No, I'm not asking a question. I'm explaining it to you.
Yes.
So I'm explaining to you that in Japanese there's such a thing called where they say their own name.
All names.
Where I'll say like Blazu. Or I'll just say Blaze, make it simple. Blaze Tennessee. Blaze Tennessee.
Blaze happy.
Yeah. You get it? There's no Japanese grammar with it.
What do you want to do? So far, what I heard is information about that. What are you trying to do, basically?
So I'm trying to explain to you that in Japanese there's such a thing as saying your name in Japanese and then adding an emotion to it. But when you do that, then there's no grammar in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Japanese call this cute talk.
Cute talk.
Yeah. I have a video on it somewhere. Hold on.
I never heard it before.
Oh, let's see.
Cute talk. So, does that mean you just mentioned before this is so-called kids language?
So does.
Oh.
Like me hungry. Me happy. That's kids language.
Yeah, I agree.
It's technically incorrect.
What's incorrect? Yes, lack of conjugation. Not conjugation, conjunction, or you need more. You have to add more words into your grammar.
Right. It's just too basic. There's no grammar with it.
Indeed. So, what are you trying to do with? Welcome back.
So, like I said, it's not me asking you a question. It's me. Here, I'll show you. This is the video. He'll probably explain it better than I can. So, I was just trying to explain to you that if you don't include the grammar, this is basically the equivalence.
I mean,
went out with friends.
when I speaking something,
I'm going to
I basically sounds like this.
talk about
how to speak cute Japanese.
There are many Japanese people who are obsessed with cuteness. They collect cute items, they speak cute, they act cute. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you the basics of this cute Japanese so that you can be a full-fledged kawaii person. Let's get started. When you speak cute language, you don't need to use particles and auxiliary verb. You can omit these things. For example, if I'm introducing myself, usually I would say, 私は要です. But when you speak cute language, you can omit wa and des. I can just say, 私要. 私要. So in your case, instead of saying kaname, you just say your name. 私何々. 私何々. But this isn't enough. 私kaname. It's not cute enough. So when you want to speak cute, you have to change your voice. You resonate your voice near your nose.
One thing I want to tell you, which is I do not recommend it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying I don't recommend you don't have grammar in English either.
Okay, makes sense now. Makes sense.
All right, so now you understand how you basically sound if you don't have the correct English grammar.
I know I'm speaking baby English. I know it.
This is why Kazu is so
Touchy
cute
blade.
underscore.
This is why Kazu is so cute. I get it.
Watashi Blaze
Get
Tennessee.
it now. I get it now. I get it. I moved last year to New York. Nothing. New York is exciting city. Is the full of the adventure. The. The. In fact, I saw the famous actor on the street yesterday. The famous actor on street yesterday. Today,
The self-confidence is perfect.
Today, I have a job. Today I have a job interview at the financial company. So A and the THE. Company. The company has. The company has officers all over the world. I'm not sure that I have skills to get hired. I have skills to get hired. Company's a company's office. The company's office is on Main Street. That's the same street my friend works on. If I get hired, I could meet him after work for drinks. That would be great. He's from Scotland. He works 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Six mistakes. New York is an exciting city full of adventure. I saw famous actor on the street yesterday. Job interview at financial company. I have the skills to get hired. I have the skills. I saw a famous actor on the street at financial company. What? At a financial company. That makes sense. That doesn't write for me somehow. Doesn't write. This is not
Doesn't
right
write.
for me.
Watashi Blaze.
A financial company.
A financial
Watashi
company
Down
sounds
Boy
wrong.
Ski.
Why isn't it right?
Watashi skis down boy.
Just feel should be at financial company or at the financial company, not at a financial company.
Well, okay, so first off, sometimes A is pronounced slightly differently. So like today I have a job interview at a financial company.
At a financial company. Today I have a job. Today I have a job interview. Today I have a job interview at a financial company. Oh, now makes sense.
Just technically All right, hold on a sec though, Kat. So you forgot my in your one sentence.
Pardon?
A sentence that you said earlier before you showed me the Donald Trump video.
I
forget
said
what you
I
said.
said, is this a real?
No, before that, because you were like, I need to something more, or I don't know. You said something that should have been like, I need to practice my
I said
stuff more,
okay.
something like that.
It's time to practice my speaking.
Yeah, you forgot mine.
My
So
speaking
you said something like, it's time to
skills.
practice speaking skills.
My speaking skills. I should stop watching this. Stop watching this video. Oh, have you ever tried the mantis, by the way?
Mantis? No.
Mantis, yes.
I haven't eaten much seafood actually at all.
Oh,
I recently
really?
tried some canned crab. It wasn't too good. Kind of tasted like cheese, which is kind of strange to me.
Canned crab is not nice to eat.
I recently watched a video where they were having a Japanese sushi chef try American sushi and have him rate if he liked it or not.
Sorry.
The only issue was
Sorry.
American
say it
sushi.
again. Say it again.
I'm gonna say it faster. So recently, I watched a video that was about sushi, and they served the sushi to a sushi chef in Japan, and it was American sushi. So there was a Japanese sushi chef trying American sushi, but it's very different because American sushi is made with imitation crab and not real crab. But he was going to rate it, and he rated it like 5 out of 10, and sometimes he was rating it 8 out of 10.
Okay, got it.
However, the video actually got the American sushi in actually Japan. So I don't know if you should call it American sushi if they got it in Japan, but it's American style sushi. So they had a traditional sushi chef in Japan try American style sushi. Would you like to see the video?
Sure.
All right.
IELTS
I'm
speaking
asking you a question.
part 1. Practice 1. Practice 2. No, we can move to practice 3. IELTS speaking 1. Practice 3. Work. Do you have a job right now? No, I don't.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you have a job right now? No, I don't.
What the fuck was that?
No, I don't. At the moment. Because I'm a student right now. So I'm studying English at home. Do you enjoy your job? 書いた方がいいな。No.
Because working for gay people.
I am a student. I am a student. I am a student at the moment. I am a student at the moment. So I'm studying. Study. Well, this you don't need the information. This. At the moment. Then. Do you have a job right now? No, I am a student at the moment. Student. Do you have a job? Perhaps. I am going to work. Well, going to find find work during
The sex.
semester.
But I'm
おかえり
Yo.
semester. There you go. Is this good answer, Blaze?
Watashi Yomu.
It kind of reminds me of, what's the
So I need you
film?
to stop like writing it out. Remember, you need to practice speaking at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
you
like-
want me to grade this answer. So no, I am
hold on.
student at the moment.
Hold on. I sent the link, the website, and today we're going to do IELTS speaking 1 practice 3. There's 1 to 7 questions.
Kind of remind me of K1.
So there is 7 questions overall.
Part 1, practice 3.
Yes.
Is that what we're doing? Part 1. Is it farther down the page?
You can scroll it down
83.
like this. Can you see it?
Maybe I found it now. Let's see. Oh, you're still on the first thing, and then we just scroll it down?
Yes.
Alright, so... practice 3?
Yes.
Yeah, I see it now. Alright. Watashi Yomu! Do you have a job right now?
No. I am a student at the moment. Perhaps I'm going to find one during semester.
Alright, good. Do you enjoy your job?
Last year, I was working as apprentice. In that day, I really enjoyed my job. During that day, I really enjoyed my job.
Okay, good. It could be a little better. See, well, sometimes when you pause, I'm like uncertain if it's not quite right or not, because you still have that issue where you're speaking as if it's a question, and it's kind of throwing me off.
Okay.
Because you're like, in that day, I still didn't have a job.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, I have to sit there as native, and I'm like, oh.
All right.
So, I mean, let's just be
last
straight on. So,
year-
whenever you're saying English, do not raise your pitch up
Okay.
at the end of statements.
Last year, I was working as apprentice at
You forgot grammar
engineer.
there. Yeah, that's correct. It's A. Last year I was working
Last year,
as blank
I was working.
apprentice.
Last year, I was working. I was working on engineer field as apprentice.
No, don't change what you said. Just fix the grammar. So last year I was working as blank.
As apprentice.
There you go.
But
So if you
I want
change the
to
grammar,
I want to put what kind of job I was working.
Well, that's fair, but remember, so like whatever sentence you give me, I'm gonna have to rate you on that, and then you need to just fix that sentence, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Last year, I was working as apprentice.
No, you fucked up.
Last year, I was working on.
No, don't change it. Last year I was working as blank.
Last year, I was working as an apprentice. Last year, I was working
Did you
for
forget the A? Last year I was working as an apprentice.
as a apprentice. Yes.
Yeah. Because to me it sounded like you said last year I was working as apprentice.
Last year, I was working as a last year as last year I was working as a apprentice.
Good. Could possibly also be and. Either or is fine.
Oh. Last year, I was working as an apprentice.
Yeah. I think it can be either or.
Oh my god, stop fucking grabbing me.
Alright, so next one.
How can
What-
I add the type of job?
So you need to throw out your first sentence, but then you need to sort of be somewhat quick about explaining your next sentence. Because if you wait too long, I'm be like, "Are you done?" I don't know.
Waiter, for example. Waiter.
All right, we're gonna do this the hard mode because yesterday you practiced single sentence, right? So now I'm gonna have you say two sentences because you want to try saying two, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Last
Start
year,
again.
I was working. Last year, I was working at the restaurant as an apprentice.
No. So you forgot your grammar again. You need the one that you
Okay.
keep forgetting.
Last year, I was working at the restaurant as an apprentice.
All right. So do me a favor. Go to your chat GPT
Yeah.
and I want you to type. I'm gonna put it in your chat. This is the same command I used for earlier.
Create a 101
Alright.
sentence word problems missing a.
Okay.
I don't know if that's correct. We might have to fix it. I'm trying to figure out where that A is supposed to be at.
Tim bought 5 books from the shop.
I don't think there's supposed to be an A in that. It might have got it wrong. Let's see.
She
No, that doesn't
collected
seem quite right.
10 shells on her trip. Tim's dog dug 3 holes in the yard.
Here, let's do this instead. Tell it and because it shouldn't fuck up and.
Create a 101 sentence word problems missing an.
Michigan. I need an apple. I need an apple for my lunch. She found an old book in the attic. He saw an owl
Hold on, you gotta
perched
go
on
slower
the
for me.
tree.
So first one,
Yeah.
go ahead and read it.
I need an apple for my lunch.
Next one.
She found an old book in the attic.
Good. Next one.
He saw an owl perched on the tree.
Good. Next one.
Can you lend me an ear?
Good. Next one.
There is an elephant at the zoo.
Good. Next one.
She wants an orange from the basket.
Good. Next one.
He built an enormous sandwiches.
What?
He built an enormous sand castle.
What the fuck? What happened to your brain, Kaz? How did you go to sandwiches?
You
We
know,
call those
I
brain farts.
have this
You had a
disability.
massive
No,
brain fart.
no, I have this disability. Like I'm easily mixing something
I
up.
have that happen to me too. I'm just teasing you. I purposely point it out so you don't fuck it up.
Okay. I found an interesting rock on the beach.
Now hold on, Kaz. He built an enormous sandwich.
What?
He was very hungry. All right, continue.
I found an interesting rock on the beach.
Good. Next one.
I ate an entire cake.
I ate.
I ate. No.
What do you mean I?
He ate. He ate.
Okay. Okay.
He ate an entire cake.
Good. Next one.
Holy shit.
She was an apple from the tree.
Good.
Can you bring me an umbrella?
Good.
He saw an angle flying high.
No, it's not an angle.
He saw an eagle flying high.
Good. Guys, do me another favor. I know you're on your laptop. That's probably what's happening. So press Control Plus. See if you can zoom in on the page for you.
Okay. All
right, there you go. Now try.
She wore an elephant dress.
Good.
There is an ant on the picnic blanket.
Okay.
He wants an opportunity to speak.
Next.
I found an amazing shell.
Good.
She adopted an abandoned puppy.
Okay.
Can you get me an ice cream? There is an owl hooting outside. She needs an answer to the question. He found an ancient coin. She saw an airplane in the sky. Can you pass me an apple? There is an insect on the window. He discovered an old painting. She needs an invitation to the party. He wants an excuse to leave. I saw an enormous spider.
So you're doing extremely well right now, Kaz. You're even articulating correctly as well. I see that you're doing like your hand movements. So, like you're reading everything really, really well.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Thank you. She found an empty box. Can you find an elephant in the picture? There is an unusual rock here. She bought an expensive ring. He saw ant on the ground. He saw an ant on the ground. I need an explanation for this.
You lost your flow. You know what flow means?
Yes.
Yeah, so when I interrupted you, you lost your flow. So try to get back into doing everything right.
I need an explanation for this. She wore an orange scarf. He wants an hour to relax.
Nah, you lost your articulation. So I don't know what you were doing before, but you were like really articulating correctly with emphasis and all that. So try to think about like what specifically caused you to do that.
She wore an orange scarf. He wants an hour to relax.
Good.
Can you get an apple from the fridge? There is an opportunity for us. She needs an umbrella for the rain. He found an old map. He saw an interesting bird. Can you bring an envelope? There is an interested. There is there is an insect in my room. She saw an airplane taking off. He needs an extra chair. I found an ancient artifact. She wants an invitation to the event. Can you get an apple from the tree? There is an elephant in the picture. He saw an unusual animal. She needs an answer now. I found an amazing plant. Can you get an interesting book? There is an opportunity cooking. There is an opportunity.
Sorry, there's what?
There is an opportunity.
There's an opportunity
knocking.
caulking. What the fuck?
Knocking. She found an orange in the bag. He saw an ant crawling. He saw an ant crawling. I need an ice cream. She found an empty jar. Can you pass an interesting magazine? There is an unusual insect here. He saw an airplane landing. She wants an hour alone. He found an old letter. Can you bring an apple from the basket? There is an enormous tree. She bought an orange dress. He needs an answer quickly. I saw an elephant at the park. Can you get an interesting rock? There is an opportunity we can't miss. She needs an invitation urgently. He found an ancient manuscript. He found an ancient manuscript. I need an apple for dessert. Can you pass an empty cup? Can you pass an empty cup? There is an unusual flower. She saw an ant near the door. She saw.
I'm pretty sure you just read that one. There is number 75. Do number 75 again.
There is an unusual flower.
Good. Careful when you're reading unusual, because I think in your brain sometimes you're like, there's unusual flower, and then you forget to say and.
Okay.
Okay.
She saw an ant near the door. He wants an excuse for being late. I found an old photograph. She needs an explanation soon. Can you bring an orange from the kitchen? There is an opportunity for advancement. He saw an airplane on the runway. She wants an apple from the market. I need an invitation to the event. Can you find an ancient book? There is an enormous mountain. She found an empty bottle. He saw an unusual bird. I need an answer today. Can you pass an orange juice? There is an insect in my soup. She saw an airplane in the distance. He wants an hour of peace. I found an interesting coin. Can you get an empty bag? There is an elephant in the room. She needs an ice cream. He found an old diary. I saw an enormous wave. Can you bring an orange from the basket?
Good. And using and makes you sound smart. Good job.
Okay, the back to the question. So
So I had no complaints about all that for the most part. You did all that like pretty much perfectly.
oh, thank you.
Right. So, is the next question?
No, the same question. Do you enjoy
Same
your
question?
job? Yeah. Do you?
Okay. Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, absolutely. Last year, I was working at at an I was working at the restaurant
The fuck, bro?
as an apprentice.
Good.
As an apprentice, and
So that's a good thing. If you end up pausing at and or perfectly fine. The grammar is correct, so they're not going to necessarily get mad at you at all about that.
okay.
Yeah, it sounds
I'll,
like you actually know what you're talking about.
I'll try again.
You're just fixing it. That's all. No,
Uh,
I said it was good.
Sucking man.
yes, absolutely. Last year, I was working at the restaurant as an apprentice. An apprentice. Yeah. There you go.
Good. So, what responsibilities do you have at work?
The first priority I have to take care of, which is the safety. And you
Safety of
have
what?
safety.
You can't just say the safety. Safety of what?
Safety and quality.
It doesn't sound right to me.
No?
No, because like I don't know how to describe that. So it's like it's like I'm gonna open a box, right? So I have this Amazon package.
Yeah.
There's Amazon in the UK, right? Pretty sure there is.
You're being too general. Be more specific.
Is there Amazon in the UK?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I have an Amazon package and I have to safety when opening it. Does that even make sense?
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
Nope. Doesn't.
Now I could say when I go to open an Amazon package, I have to make sure that I'm safe when doing it. That makes sense.
Be more specific. I'll try. Okay. The first priority.
Now hold on. So safety is like it's not really a verb, it's not an action. So you were trying to use safety as a verb. That was your problem. You can't do safety.
I thought
Okay.
safety is noun.
Yeah, safety is like a name of something.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
I'm telling you
mistaken.
it's not a verb. So you can't do safety.
Hmm.
So you can do something safely, but you can't do safety.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
Explain it back to me
Okay.
in your own words.
The first priority I have to take care of is the safety, which is it's the safety. No, is the safety.
Remember,
And
safety's not a verb. It's not an action.
I'm well. Is the
You're
safety?
literally saying the first action I have to do is the safety. That's what you're saying. The first action I have to do is the safety. It's not correct. The first action I have to do when it opens an Amazon package is the safety.
Okay. First priority I have to take care of, which is make sure the customer spend the money.
Make sure the customer spend
I have to
the
make
money?
sure. I have to make sure there is no shoplift in the restaurant.
There is no shoplift.
Shoplifting.
Oh, shoplifting.
Shoplifting.
Mhm.
Which is I have to make sure. Which is I have to take take aware of shopliftings.
I have to take aware of shopliftings.
Take care of shopliftings.
I have to take care of shopliftings.
No, take aware of shopliftings.
I have to take aware of shopliftings.
Yes.
So that's not grammatically correct. The words are correct, but they're not used in the right way.
I have to take aware. I have to take aware of.
I have to take aware.
I have to take aware from the
So
shoplifters.
aware is an action.
Aware,
So-
yes.
Yeah, so you're trying to say like I have to take aware. So you're taking the action away from the shoplifters. So you're literally saying I have to take aware away from the shoplifters.
I have to be aware of shoplifters.
Don't correct them, chat. I'm trying to let him figure it out.
Hey Otto, good morning. How are you?
So stay focused. I'm gonna explain it to you. So whenever you make a mistake, I'm gonna explain what you said, and you're gonna try to understand why it's wrong. Okay. So
Yeah,
awareness is an action. Or aware. Aware is an action.
exactly.
So you were saying I'm gonna take
I'm
the where
sorry.
away from the shoplifters.
I just joined. I apologize.
Don't need to say sorry. Absolutely fine. Thanks
It's
for
okay,
helping.
Otto. I'm just explaining it. Don't worry. I'm just a rough teacher. Don't worry, Otto.
I aware of
What?
no I have to eye on to the shoplifters.
I have to eye on.
That's closer.
So what you just said is I have to put my eyeballs
No,
on the shoplifters.
no. He was grammatically correct.
No,
but
I
he
know
used the
what he's
word.
trying to say, but it's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. That's he's
He
grammatically.
didn't say keep. He didn't say I have to keep an eye on the shoplifters.
Okay.
So that's why I'm explaining to him. He's saying I have to eye on shoplifters.
Then let me think.
So whenever he says something incorrectly, explain to him what it means, what he said. So he understands why it's actually wrong. Does that make sense?
How do you explain it? Well, yeah.
Well, I just told him. He said, I'm going to put my eyeballs on the shoplifters. Instead of I'm going to keep an eye on the shoplifters. But yeah, I think this is the solution. Explain if he does something wrong grammatically. Explain to him what it means what he said.
Just randomly shouting down the microphone, "Chigai boss!"
You can't. Chigai,
Okay.
bus.
Chigai boss!
Talk about that Chigai bus.
During work,
During
I need to pay attention.
Good. That's all correct.
I need to pay attention of.
It's correct. If you want to say safety, you can say safety practices. Or safety rules.
I have to pay
But
attention.
you can't
of.
say I do
pay,
safety.
No, well, I have to pay attention of customers' reaction.
That's correct. Reaction to
customers' reaction to the meal.
the meal. Why?
Why?
So it's equivalent to me saying I got an Amazon package and I have to
okay.
pay
I get it.
attention.
I got
It's
it.
correct, but I have to pay attention to the outside of the box.
So, for example, when
I thought we were talking about shoplifters.
they when they finish their meal, I have to prepare to ask
who
to the
finishes their meal?
customers, do you want dessert or coffee after coffee or something like that. That is why I have to pay attention to the customer's meal.
It doesn't really sound quite right. I mean, what if I was in Japan and I was like, I have to pay attention to the customer's meal? It's gonna sound kind of weird.
Like I am the waiter at the restaurant, and I have to pay attention to the customers' dishes when they finish their meal, so I have to go to clean the plates. Then I'm going to ask to customer, do you want any dessert?
So I think in Japanese, they might like at the 7-Eleven they might ask them if they want paper or plastic and all that. And the customer might say, "Oh no, I'm okay," right? So sort of a little bit like that. So like when you're gonna word this in English, you might want to say, "I have to check to make sure that the customers are enjoying their meal and that everything's going correctly."
So I have to
And I
follow
have
the
to check
manual.
to make sure that there's no shoplifters. Yeah, you can say I have to make sure that I do what's in my manual for my job, or I have to make sure I follow the safety precautions, or I have to follow the safety rules of my job, which involve making sure that there's no shoplifters, or making sure that the meal's okay.
Well, what responsibilities do you have at work? I have to follow to the manual. Then I explained what kind of manual is it, which is I have to pay attention to the customers' dishes. Once they finish their meals, I have to clean the plates. Then then I have to ask. Then I have to ask.
It's a bit more like you're not necessarily wrong, but it's a bit more proper to say I have to clean the dishes. Because
I
it's most
need
likely going to involve forks and spoons and all that as well, I would imagine.
I need to clean the dishes.
Yeah.
Then I have to ask to the customer, do you want dessert or any drinks?
Okay.
Yes or
One more
no.
time.
If they say yes, I have to jot down what they want to the note. No.
To your notepad.
What do you mean by clean the dishes?
What do you mean by clean the dishes?
Lick the plates clean.
But
He could
Are
say
you washing the
I
plates
have
up?
to wash the dishes.
Or just clearing the table?
clearing
okay
the
if he
table.
says clean the
Cleaning the
dishes.
table. Cleaning the table. I'm not going to wash the plates.
Oh, you're not washing.
No, I don't. I'm not. Just take
So you might
the
want to
plates
say
from
I
the
have to clean
customers.
the. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I'm just taking the plates from the customers. Then ask.
Once they finish their meal.
Once they
And
finish
they're
the
ready to
meal.
pay. Or no, once they finish the meal, okay.
Once they finish the meal, I'm taking the plates from the customers. Then I have to ask, do you want any dessert or drinks? Yes or no? I need to I can't make another sentence like that. Dessert. That's it. Yeah, dessert.
Clear the table is probably best then, as that
How
means
Kinda
you
good
are
enough,
removing
Kaz. I don't
plates and
think
stuff
you
that have been used from the
need to
table
go
and back
on
to the
to full
kitchen.
detail.
clear the
How long do
table.
these responses actually have to be?
But basically, I'm explaining my responsibilities at the work.
Right.
So to answer
How
your
long?
question, Sensation Black, when he watched those videos of them supposedly actually doing it, some people had shorter answers and some of them had much longer answers. But when they had much longer answers, it showed that they had a better grasp of the language. So in theory, it's better if he answers about like 3 sentences, maybe two, because then it shows that he fully grasped the question and he was very proficient in the language.
I would agree, but there's no foundation here. If you asked me to explain something similar in Japanese right now, I would have to answer in short sentences because I don't have a firm enough foundation. As much as I'd like to sit here and say, "Oh, your English is perfect," there's missing foundation here. So, static responses, short static responses are probably better, which you'll have to derive from actually physically having to write it down.
Well, that's why I had expressed to him
But
earlier. That's why
if
we were
you,
practicing single
during the
sentences at work.
test, if you can explain longer, it's better, of course. But if you make mistake during your speech, which is not good, less mistakes, it's better.
Yeah. Anyways, the system of training I'm giving him, and you can correct it if you think it's wrong, is I had him practice with single sentences. We're fixing his the and the other stuff as well. And he moved on to these questions. So at the moment, we're having him do at least 2 sentences instead of one at the moment, just to make it harder on him today.
Yep. All right.
He tried to do 3 sentences, but I did technically say he's only supposed to make 2 at the moment.
Let's continue.
I get it. Sensation Black, can you ask him the next question? It is, what is your typical day like at work? Because I got to go pee.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
Is that a yes, Sensation Black?
Understood.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. Mr. Superhero. What is your typical day like at work?
Mr. Superhero. Why superhero?
I forgot your name for a split second. I tried to make a joke out of it.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I have forgotten your name. Kazuhiro.
Typical
Oh.
day. What do you mean? What is typical day actually? Don't understand. Typical day.
Normal.
Typical.
Average.
Average. Oh, I see.
It's,
Okay.
But it's always asked in that sort of a way. It's
Okay, got it.
How do you say? The kinds of questions you'd be asked in an interview, kind of thing.
Okay, I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
Ready. So, keep following to manual. No. I have to keep following the manual and listen carefully what my manager say every day. Nothing special. This is my answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is between responsibilities and typical day. If you asked me that question, I would say my typical day is I arrive at work. I work on the shop floor or wherever for X amount of hours.
I see.
And then at the end of the day, we clean down the shop and leave to go home.
Sounds like more process.
Yeah, because it's obviously they're not asking you for how you answered was you were saying the responsibilities of the job, but when someone asks you what a typical day is, you're explaining.
Yeah, I have to explain
what you do.
what I'm doing during the day until when to when. Oh, okay, morning to night.
Well,
Okay.
no, at work. So you say I arrive at work at I arrive at work at 5 p.m. I do my job, which I've previously explained before, and then when all the customers have left, we clean the place up and close down.
Okay. So I have to arrive at work. I have to arrive at work at 7 a.m. 7 to lunchtime, nothing special, just I have to deal with the customers, moving plates, and sometimes difficult. Explain the process is difficult. Wow.
Just
Again,
keep it
just-
simple.
just be
You're
gen-
just
just be-
talking
just be
about your
general.
actions.
Okay. Arrive at work. No. Arrive at. Work. Arrive at. Work. Arrive. Arrive. I have to arrive. No. Departure. Departure. No. Arrive. Arrive at work at 7 a.m. first.
You gotta correct him, sensation.
Not sure how to.
You know, he's the first part he's saying right there. It's not correct because he's speaking of himself.
I have to
So
arrive at
he
work.
can't just say I arrive at work.
I have to arrive at work at 8 a.m.
Good.
Is good.
Yeah. What do you think, sensation?
I think he keeps changing the time.
Well,
Yeah,
he's changing what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I
but-
changed
That's,
my
and
time.
that's the problem. We need static sentences that can just be repeated over and over again until they sink in.
I have to arrive at work at 8 o'clock. I'll use this sentence.
Okay.
Then scan my card before enter to the restaurant.
Don't let him continue if he fucks up.
Hmm?
You fucked up.
Did I?
I have to scan my card.
I have to scan card. Okay. I have to scan my ID card.
Say it like I say it. My card.
I have to scan my card
There you go.
before entry to the restaurant. Before entry, right?
Well, it's kind of correct. I mean, you could say before I enter into the restaurant. I
Enter.
think entries might be okay.
Before
We normally say
enter.
before we enter into it.
I need to write it down.
Before enter to the restaurant. I have to
Enter
scan
into-
my ID card before enter the before enter
I go
to the restaurant.
I have to scan my ID card before I go into the restaurant.
Discover.
So
I have to scan my ID card before I go into the restaurant.
I have to scan my ID.
You said this, didn't you?
I have to scan my ID card before enter to the restaurant.
I go into.
I have to scan my ID card before enter to the
Okay,
I have to
who's doing the entering?
I
Okay.
I have to scan my ID card before I enter to the restaurant
Good. Patch.
or workplace.
Yeah, that
Working
would work as well.
factory anyway. Do what?
Typical day at work. I get to work at 8 a.m. Did you say a.m.? Get to work at 8 a.m. and do the job. Fucking hell, I don't even see because there's nothing written down, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Then start wearing the uniform. Then start. Then wear.
Who's wearing the uniform?
Then I have to wear.
Mm.
Then I wear the uniform.
Uh,
Or I. Then I wear the uniform.
well, I put on the uniform.
Then I put the uniform. Then I put the
On.
uniform. Prepare.
Cass.
Yes.
On. So I put the uniform on.
Then
I make sure I wear my uniform.
Then I put uniform on. Then I put uniform on.
What?
Prepare to the next stage.
Whose uniform are you putting on?
Then I have to put a restaurant's uniform on.
Is it assigned to you?
What do you mean signed to you?
Is the restaurant uniform assigned to you? Is it specifically your restaurant uniform?
Not my restaurant.
Is it the uniform that the restaurant gave you?
Yes.
Okay. Try again.
Eh?
So that means you own that uniform, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then whose uniform is it?
Okay. Then I have to wear my uniform on.
No, you kind of mixed that up. I have to put my uniform on.
Then I have to put my uniform on.
Good.
What next?
Next one? Should I do it, or does Sensation Black would like to continue?
Yeah. Next is I have to put my uniform on. Then
you continue
get start work.
Sorry, isn't that already 2 sentences though?
Until 8 p.m. There you go.
So isn't that already 2 sentences though?
I think there's so many factors.
You said I go to work around 8 o'clock, and then I put on my uniform.
No, I also mentioned before to enter to the restaurant, I have to scan my card.
Your ID card.
My ID card.
So that you can enter into the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then you have to put on your uniform that was assigned to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about 2 sentences, maybe 3. 2 or 3. Yeah.
So I think good enough.
Okay, I want you to try this.
Earl.
Dear. Listen and shadow me to
From
practice
there.
if you like doing that. Pay special attention to words ending in ed. Last year, I visited Bangkok for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. I asked friends who'd travelled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top, and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego jumped in my suitcase too, adding to the chaos. I continued getting ready, and then we carried our cases downstairs, ready for the morning. If you were shadowing with me there, feel free to replay and try again. Let's take a closer look at those ED endings. One of the most common pronunciation mistakes I hear is when students try to pronounce the E at the end of the word and end up
Do you know
saying
what shadowing is?
asked or travelled. They should be asked.
Should I shadow it?
Travelled is downstairs at those
Do you know what
ED
shadowing is?
for the morning. If you were shadowing with
What do you mean do not shadowing it?
Do you know what shadowing is?
Shadowing means repeat?
Read along with her as she's saying it.
Well, actually, shadowing means to also mimic her facial
Mimic.
expressions as well and her body language.
I'm not
But
woman.
you'll notice how she was speaking clearly and slowly without ever stopping, until the grammar gave her a chance to do so.
Yes.
That's
But
the
he's
kind
kind
of
of
practice.
saying you probably need to pause around sentences, like at the period. So period's
pay
actually
special
a stop.
attention to words ending
Pauses
in
would also
ed.
be commas.
Last year,
Last
I
year,
visited,
I visited
Bangkok for the
for
first,
the first time.
I'd always
I
wanted
was
to visit Thailand,
visit Thailand, and I was delighted to
when the
when the
opportunity
opportunity
finally occurred. I asked friends who'd travelled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top, and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud.
I think he also wants you to specifically pronounce these ED words. Am I wrong?
Diego jumped
Well,
in my
it's just something
suitcase
I
too,
quickly. It's just something I
adding to the
quickly pulled
chaos.
off.
I continued getting ready.
Well, either way, you
and
need
then
practice
we
with your
carried
ED
our
words,
cases
Kaz.
downstairs,
So while you go ahead and
ready
read all that,
for the
and
morning.
really pronounce
If you were
those EDs.
Gonna read it.
Diction.
Last-
The
last
issue is
ye-
diction.
Last year, I visited Bangkok for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand, and I was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. I asked my friends who'd traveled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top, and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego jumped in my suitcase. Adding to the chaos, I continued getting ready, and then we carried our cases downstairs, ready for the morning. 難しい。
I don't mean to correct you, but that was pretty monotone.
This one is good though.
You need to copy her.
So
OMG
I'll read
English
it,
with
and you
Lucy.
can try a bit as well.
The
Okay?
lesson.
The
You ready?
lesson.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna make sure I articulate,
Hey
enunciate,
Miles, what's up?
and all that good stuff. Okay.
She's.
Last year, this is a pause. Every time I pause, I'm gonna let you know. Okay, Kaz.
Okay.
Last year, pause. I visited Bangkok. Pause. For the first time. Pause. I'd always wanted to visit. Pause. Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. Pause. I asked friends who travel there.
So
Pause.
hot.
What I needed to take. Pause. I went totally over the top. Pause. And Will watched in horror. Pause. As I packed half my
Go
wardrobe.
on.
Pause. We laughed out loud.
No.
Pause. When Diego jumped in my suitcase. Pause. 2. Adding to the chaos. Pause. I continued getting ready. Pause. And then we carried our cases downstairs. Pause. Ready for the morning. Pause.
Okay. Last year, I visited Bangkok.
No. You didn't
Read it.
articulate.
Read along with her.
Okay.
So
I
hold on,
hope
hold on.
Can I
explain
you
this real
are
quick?
doing fine, Miles. I hope.
That. Pay special attention to words.
So I want to
ending
explain this
in
real quick.
ed.
Go back to
Last
there real
year,
quick.
I
What do you want to explain, please?
Okay, so I want to explain when there's a comma like that, you need to make sure that pause is very apparent. So when you say last year, I visited, try it.
Last year, I visited.
Good. Okay. Last year, I visited Bangkok.
Last year, I visited Bangkok.
For the first time.
For the first time.
I'd always wanted to visit.
No.
I'd always wanted to visit
Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity.
Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity
Finally occurred. Now you try reading those two sentences with the correct pausing.
Last year, I visited Bangkok for
Too
the
fast.
first time.
You need to emphasize the pause.
Last year, I visited Bangkok for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred.
Slightly better, but we still can do better than that. Go ahead and try the shadowing like he had suggested, and we'll come back to this, I suppose.
Sure.
Special attention to words ending in ed. Last year,
I would suggest that you have some
visited
water.
Bangkok for the
Her
first
voice feels
time.
quiet.
I'd always wanted to
I
visit
would
Thailand and
Sorry, I'm going to ruin her voice right now. I'm so sorry.
Find something easier.
Last year, I visited
Bangkok
for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand and was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. I will ask friends I'd traveled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego jumped in my suitcase too, adding to the chaos. I continued getting ready, and then we carried our cases downstairs, ready for the morning.
If you were shadowing with me there, feel free.
Earl.
Do you think it's good, Sensation, or?
Last year,
I visited Bangkok for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand and I was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. I asked a friend who had traveled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego jumped in my suitcase too, adding to the chaos. I continued getting ready, and then we carried our cases downstairs, ready for the morning.
If you were shadowing with me there,
Easy.
Last one.
Special attention to words ending in ed. Last
year, I visited Bangkok for the first time. I'd always wanted to visit Thailand, and I was delighted when the opportunity finally occurred. I asked a friend who traveled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top, and Will watched in horror as I packed half my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego jumped in my suitcase too, adding to the chaos. I continued getting ready, and we carried our cases downstairs, ready for the morning.
If you were shadowing with me.
Yes?
Okay. I'm not exactly certain what Sensation
Hello,
Black
lovely
wanted you to
student.
have to do here. Okay, so I can't fully rate this correctly. However,
And welcome back to English.
if you're gonna shadow her, I'm gonna suggest that you purposely mimic her body language as well, because you're kind of just reading it. You're not like picking up her hand gestures to fully enunciate and really go into certain words. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just reading this. I don't understand. Sensation Black, can you please explain what we're having him do here? I don't know.
The difference between repeating and shadowing, right? So repeating is somebody says something and you say the same thing after they've stopped. Shadowing is speaking along with somebody in order to mimic them. But you're mimicking them.
So it would be correct for me to say you want him to mimic her hand gestures and mouth movement and how she's really enunciating the words, correct?
The pronunciation and the pronunciation is important. But the stress points.
Okay, I think that's what he means. So purposely mimic her entire body, the lip movement, all of it. Okay?
Sound like her.
You want to basically pretend like you're like a mimic or a mime, and you're gonna basically be her. You're gonna
About
pick up
a
every
trip.
little small detail. Every little small detail that she
Okay.
does in pronunciation. Her whole body gesture too. So you need to like put your hands down, be like, I'm a little sassy bitch.
Okay.
There you go.
Sensation _ Black 1984 brother's voice is beautiful.
Maybe even
I
like you
took
gotta
to
puff your lips out a
Bangkok
little bit.
last year.
She's got a
Listen
lot of
and
lipstick on.
shadow me to
Shadow
practice
me,
if you like
practice,
doing that.
practice.
Pay
But you have to use
special
your
attention
correct
to
voice,
words
though.
ending in
Use your
ED.
voice.
Last year,
You have to use
I
your voice.
I visited
Bangkok
Bangkok
for the first
for
time.
the first
I'd always
time.
wanted
I
to
always
visit
visited
Thailand
Thailand
and was
and I was
delighted
delighted
when the
when the opportunity
finally occurred. I asked friends who traveled there what I needed to take. I went totally over the top and will watched in horror as I packed half of my wardrobe. We laughed out loud when Diego
Okay, Kaz, that's
jumped
not
in
your
my
real voice,
suitcase
though.
too.
What?
Use your real voice. All you're doing is mimicking her hand gesture and her facial and mouth movement, okay? That's shadowing. Shadowing is mimicking their face
Listen
movement,
and
their mouth
shadow me
movement,
to practice
and
if
hand
you like
gesture.
doing that. Pay special attention to words ending in ed.
I'm
Last year,
laughing
Last
because
year,
I
I was
visited
Bangkok
Bangkok for the first
time.
I'd always
Kaz,
wanted to
why
visit
here's
Thailand.
your voice different?
What?
When your hand makes this gesture, it makes your voice different.
What?
Fine, Kaz. I'm gonna speak like that
They
as
want
well.
you to feel
Alright,
it,
Kaz,
not
come on.
just say the words,
Make sure you do
so
it right.
that you can feel how she
They want
feels
you to
when
feel
saying
it.
specific phrases.
Can you feel it now,
Look.
Mr. Cat?
Alright.
Can you do it now, Mr.
Okay.
Krabs?
Okay. Let me try again. Okay.
Shadow me to practice for the Bangkok to words ending
Try the other
in
one.
ed. Last year, I
Other one.
I've posted another
Another one's
URL.
the mail.
I have a very
possibly.
special lesson.
No,
for you
it was
today
just
that's
something
going to
simple.
help you practice your
Oh,
speaking.
well,
the
if it's not a mail,
pronunciation.
you know what's gonna happen.
Dinner, when Will and I,
Oh, is
then
he gonna
you
sound
can practice.
special?
The other night,
The other
Will and I
night,
were sitting
Will
down
and
to
I
dinner
were
when
sitting
we
down the
heard a
dinner
thump
to the
above
dinner
our
when
heads.
we
That's our
heard
first
a
sentence.
thumb
Did you notice anything
above
about
our
the
hands.
pronunciation? I want to point out a
Okay,
couple of features
stop there.
that will help you.
And then go over that a few times.
Also, that's not thumb. That's thump.
Tonight, Will and
Thump.
I were sitting down
It's
to
like a,
dinner.
a
Will and I
sound. It's like a stomp
then you can
sound.
practice. The other night,
The other
Will and I
night,
were
Will
sitting
and
down
I
to
were
dinner
sitting down
when
to
we
the
heard
dinner.
a thump above our heads. That's our first sentence. Did you notice anything? The other night,
The other
Alright,
night,
leave it up to
Will
you,
and
Sensation
I were
Black.
sitting
There's
down
a-
to the dinner when we heard
thump
training
above
on this
our
one.
heads. That's
Heard
our
a
first sentence. Did you
thumb
notice anything about my
above our
pronunciation?
head.
The
Thumb
other
up,
night,
above,
Will and I
above,
were sitting
above
down
our
to dinner
heads.
when we heard.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to the
when
dinner.
we heard a
We
thump
were
above our
when we
heads.
heard
That's our first sentence. Did you notice
thump
anything
above
about
our
the
head.
pronunciation? I want to point out The other night,
In the other
Will
night,
and I were sitting down.
the other night, Will and I were sitting down to the dinner when we heard a thump above our head.
That's our first sentence.
Slow it
Did you
down.
notice anything
No, slow
in
her
the
down.
pronunciation? I want to point. When we Will and I the
Fuck this
pronunciation, then
language.
you can practice.
Okay,
The
so
other night,
the other night, Will and I were sitting down to the dinner when we heard a thump above our head.
That's our first sentence. Did you notice anything about the night?
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to the dinner when we heard a thump above our head.
That's our first sentence. Did you notice anything?
Fuck this language.
Language.
誰に頼まれまなんだ
Omega law.
じゃなくて誰にたまれ I can't even say it たまれたん
I hate
Who the fuck asked you?
peasants. What is peasants? Thanks for following me, by the way.
Peasant.
Peasant. Mr. Peasant. Sorry, you're hating peasant, so I shouldn't call you peasant. I'm so sorry, peasant.
It's awesome.
If he didn't learn what we taught him earlier, he would just called you Mr. Peasant from now on.
Awesome.
He understands the difference now.
Okay, Chino motherfucker.
Awesome da.
I'm so sorry.
Take care. Awesome.
What is your name, sir? My name is Kaz. Learning English here. Nice to meet you.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
What is this word that he said, Chino?
Chino.
I don't know.
Is this a Japanese word or is that like a racist word?
Chino. I think it's なんだ Spain goal?
Spanish?
Possibly.
I don't know.
Sounds Spanish.
Then I will respond it.
とにかく the
Hajajaja.
other night, Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Thumb
Although I don't
above our
know-
head.
Did she say that exactly? Like I didn't hear it myself.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to the dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Okay, right. No, not. You keep saying to the dinner.
Oh.
Okay, can you read what's on the screen slowly for me? Exactly as it's written.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Okay, you're saying thumb. It's thump,
Thump. Thump.
as in crash, as in bang.
Thump.
Okay. The other night,
The-
Will and I were sitting down to dinner.
Chino is the Spanish
and
word for
when we heard a
Chinese.
thump above our heads.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down
I
to
thought so.
sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Okay,
Hey,
I keep
Peasants.
copying her.
Indeed, I'm half Chinese, but half Chinese. So I'm not 100% Chinese. I'm so sorry for you. By the way, I'm half Japanese. And I'm born in Japan. So technically I am Japanese.
Yeah.
I love the Guinness shirt.
Thank you. Well, I have to buy a new Guinness shirt. This shirt is kind of old.
That's a rugby shirt anyway, isn't it?
Hmm?
That's a rugby shirt, isn't it?
Is it? I'm not sure.
Looks like a rugby shirt to me.
Because my father loved watching rugby. He used to play rugby, so
Yeah, rugby shirt.
Rugby.
rugby. Okay. The other night, Will and I was sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Thump.
Thump. Thump. The other night, Will and I was sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Okay. Now, listen to her one more time, and then rewind it, and then copy along with her.
Pronunciation, then you can practice. The other night, Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm listening.
That's our first pronunciation, then you can practice. The other night,
Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump
above our heads.
heads.
That's our first sentence.
One more
Did you
time.
notice anything about my pronunciation? Then you Will and I practice. The other night,
Will and I were sitting down to the dinner.
when we heard a thump above our heads. Then
Don't
you
worry.
can practice.
Keep going. Just
the other
Do
night,
it
rewind
again.
this.
Will and I were sitting down. Then you can practice. The other night,
Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
That's our first sentence.
Okay.
Did you
One more
notice
time.
anything? Then you can practice.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
That's our first sentence.
One last
Did you
time.
notice anything? Then you can practice.
The other night, Will and I were sitting down to dinner when we heard a thump above our heads.
That's our first sentence.
Okay, good.
Did you
That's-
notice anything?
That's better. That's a lot better. See, that's how you learn. That's how all adults learn foreign languages. Rinse and repeat.
It's hard, ain't it?
In it, it's
Have
it's
some
hard.
water.
Innit?
I can feel your head steaming from here.
Cheers.
Yes, water time.
Look! A Guinness shirt with Guinness pine glass.
Maybe you
Pine.
can get a Guinness.
Pine. I'm going to get Guinness. There's plenty Guinness. There's plenty Guinnesses in the fridge. But
Dad, old Brian,
Okay,
give me a
okay,
pint.
so we're like not fully correcting Kaz. You
Give me
forgot
a-
an of there.
Where? What?
So there's plenty of Guinnesses in the fridge.
there are plenty of Guinnesses in the fridge.
Yes.
There
So second, what exactly are we having him do this to fix?
Pardon?
Why is he using this shadowing video? What is it you're trying to specifically fix of his speaking?
Stress, intonation, just the ability to speak.
Okay, but he didn't stress or emphasize or intonate
It was
when
a
he
lot
read
better.
that. He just read it quickly.
Yeah, it was a lot better very quickly though.
Well, it's a common mistake. Even I sound better when I read Japanese quickly. That doesn't mean it's necessarily right.
I'm not gonna like nitpick. The end result here is to just be able to speak properly.
Okay. So this is going to help him with the questions on the test then.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, you don't go into a test unprepared, and so you'll still be reciting from prepared responses.
If I heard correctly that Bloody Brit said there is plenty of Guinnesses.
There are, not there is.
Guys, can you like stop jerking off your head? What the fuck?
So
That's why I am calling him out.
I was pumping my blood pressure by doing this. Yeah.
Engineer,
Yep, engineer.
good with his one hand.
Shurikama. If I heard
I
correctly,
really
that
don't
bloody
want to. I really don't want to watch you do that gesture, Kaz. Just saying.
Why? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, my mate?
Kami o asobinaide kudasai.
How do I say this?
Hitori de tabinaide kudasai.
I mean, for women, it's onani.
Nani?
Onani.
Nani?
Nani?
Okay. Let's do let's do last one. Then I'm going to finish it for today. Last question. Come on, I'm ready.
Who do you want to read it?
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah, but who?
You.
Me. Yeah.
Fifth one, please.
Which one?
Fifth.
Fifth.
5. The question number
Okay,
5.
so what would you change about your job?
No. My workplace have no issue. So right
My
now,
workplace have no issue.
my workplace has no issue, has no single issue. So
it would be if your workplace has no issue,
yeah.
that would be what? More than that would be more than one. So that means you would say issue as
Okay, I have to put some examples then. So at my
no example.
workplace,
Same sentence. Same sentence. Same sentence. So is that sentence plural or non-plural?
plural.
Okay, try again then.
So at my workplace have no issues.
Good. Plus. Well,
For example,
you left out slight grammar there. So my workplace has no issues.
my workplace has no issues, such as payment delay and
Hold on. Is that plural or non-plural?
payment delay is not plural.
So your workplace only has one
Oh, it's plural.
non-payment delay?
No payment delays
Good.
and buries.
What is that?
Buryings. Oh, what? Harassment. Harassment.
Oh, bullying.
Bullying. Harassment.
Oh, no bullies.
No bullies. Yes.
So so your workplace has no payment delays and no harassment.
No harassment. Yes. That's what I meant.
Now, is that a policy?
Policy?
Yeah, is that a policy? Like a rule?
No.
Your workplace rule policy?
No. It's the workplace generally good. The workplace the workplace environment
Oh, okay.
is
So the
generally
question
good.
was, what would you change about your job? So you told me
No,
that.
there's no, well, actually, there's nothing I want to change at work because the
Oh, okay.
environment over there absolutely good.
Okay, good. Excellent. Good job. Should we continue or
No, that's it for today. It's
that's
look.
it? Okay.
Yesterday was too. Yesterday I was too excited. I forgot to check my clock, so we stay late. Yes, so we stay late, very late. I want to prevent it.
All right.
It's
I gotta
30.
go eat anyways.
It's 4 hours, 6 hours. I see.
All right, well, thank you for trying so hard, and everyone else for trying to help as well.
Yes, I have to say that, Blaze. Thanks for helping me.
Well, I meant specifically, I'm saying it as well.
Good job today.
Everyone, thanks for helping me. Blaze, Sensation Black. Thank you so much every day. For every day.